Hey everybody, quick update. A little more work on the cabin top. I wanted to get back to it. So I put in the backing strip, did the match drilling for that, did the dimpling and the countersinking. So dimple the fiberglass and then countersinking the skin and also doing the cabin brace. So I'm just going to walk you guys through that and hopefully it's useful. Cheers. Have a great day. Bye. As you can see, I've taken the cabin top off now. I've been working on, the next step, which is deburr all these holes. I wasn't originally going to take it off, but I'm going to be a while waiting, so I figured I'd get that done. Take it off, deburr all these holes, which I've got done. I'm now working on the next piece with the cabin top, which is drilling out these holes here, and you've got to drill them out to a 5/16. Again, I used the little bracket and make sure it's nice and straight. I actually drill these to a quarter and then to this size. That seemed to work pretty good. And so now that I've got that done, I've got to make up the little tubes that go in here to give it strength so you don't crush it. And then I'll pound those through on the other side and countersink them. I'll keep you updated. Cheers, bye. I ended up drilling the holes out like I mentioned earlier. Now I've cut off the tubing, which you just got to cut it to 1 13/64, and then you pop those down in the holes, make them flush underneath, and then you've got to countersink them such that when you put this bolt in here, it goes nice and flush. So the easiest way for me to do it, I tried doing it with the drill, powered through it, but ultimately I just used this device, drilled it down, countersunk it actually, and it worked out pretty good. So it was just easier. The drill was spinning too much and it would cause the little tube to spin. The other thing I did is the tubes are a little long actually for the holes for me. So I put them in there, marked them, cut them down a bit, so that made it a lot easier because I had less that I need to take away. But anyway, I think it worked out pretty good. There you go. Cheers. Have a great day. Bye. Making some more progress here. I put the backing strip on here. This one, it's the piece that came off of the one of the skins that you took off back in early days. And it had a single hole. You drill a hole out, put it on, put some clamps on here, and then just match drill it all the way around. I'm gonna take it now and turn it over, and I'll do the same for the sides. And that's really to make sure, I guess, that when you rivet it on here, you don't pull the rivets through the fiberglass. So anyway, there's a quick update. I'll keep you posted. So the backing strip for the one side is done. And just getting ready to do the other side. And for the other side, you can see I've just got it kind of clamped on here right now. Once I got it clamped in place, I'll go match drill the outside, and away you go. The one thing you have to do is you have to trim off this piece you put on because they interfere, so you just got to trim them on each side. And then the other thing I didn't mention earlier, one thing you want to make sure you're doing is, if you're like me and you've done a lot of work with the fiberglass, your bit is probably pretty destroyed. And so when you start drilling this aluminum, you really want to have a new bit. And it's Sunday morning, and what I've been doing here is countersinking the fiberglass. You see I made a little shim here. This is just out of a little scrap of aluminum I had. It allows me to put it on top, and what that does is when I'm actually using my countersink tool, it just sits nice and flush, which makes it a lot easier. It's right out of the book. Van suggested it. I just used a piece of aluminum that I had lying around. But as you can see here, all the way around, all of them countersunk. And then on top of that, the other piece that I did is I did the dimpling here. So right along this edge, on both sides, that had to be dimpled. So right now, with the exception of mounting these brackets, which actually go right here like that,
And I could mount them now, but I'll probably wait because I'll end up putting a primer on them. But with the exception of that, I'm done everything in the manual as far as the cabin top is concerned. The next thing for me is mounting the overhead console permanently. Also deciding ultimately where I'm going to put my GPS antennas. I was thinking about putting them actually on the top of the canopy, and if I do that, that will leave me lots of room to mount an ELT antenna on the back. But I mean, I could mount my GPS antennas up here in front and the ELT back there. Just trying to decide which way to go. I'm not sure it's going to make too much of a difference. The only difference would be the backing plate that I have. Probably the screws would have to be a little longer if they're going to go through this, but I have the backing plates for it already for both the GPS that goes with the PFD, which includes actually a Cirrus piece, XM, and then I have the second antenna, which will be the WAS antenna, which will be used for the 650. Anyway, another quick update. And again, you know, finally got back to working on some of the structure, which is pretty nice. I've been playing around with a lot of the, you know, avionics stuff. So this just kind of makes it seem like I'm making a lot more progress. Cheers. Have a great day. Bye.